Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today, let's predict Nvidia stock. I am a swing investor, and I will not consider the price changes of a stock 1 month later. This channel only makes short-term price predictions for stocks, usually 1 to 3 weeks. Welcome to subscribe to this channel. Nvidia stock fell as much as 4.4% during the intraday trading on Friday, but the stock price slowly recovered in the afternoon trading. Although it still retained a certain loss at the close of the day, the market does not seem to want the stock price to fall sharply, and the bulls seem to be trying to push the stock price to rebound. After Nvidia announced a mixed quarterly performance on Wednesday, its stock price fell sharply after rising. Although the current stock price remains high, it is obvious that a large amount of profitable capital has chosen to exit the market in order to avoid the risk of a sharp correction in the stock price. The significant increase in the stock's trading volume in the past 3 days seems to prove this. So will the stock go directly into a downtrend from its current position? I think this possibility is not great because the stock is still supported by bullish forces. This means that the bullish forces may continue to struggle for a while, but the potential upside does not seem to be large. We can see from the 30-minute chart of the stock. The stock price opened sharply higher in the past 2 days, and then fell sharply, and this process was accompanied by a large volume of transactions. There should be a lot of profitable capital exiting the market here, but the stock price rose significantly in the afternoon trading on Friday, which is regarded as a positive rebound signal. The stock price has always fluctuated in a small range from May 14th to May 28th, because investors are waiting for the company's quarterly earnings report. There should be a lot of long capital involved here, but at the same time, it seems that a lot of funds have exited the market in this area. If the stock price falls below the $129 level next, then the stock may really enter a downward trend. If the market sell-off is severe, the stock price may slip to the $120 level, but I doubt whether the stock price can fall below the $129 level in the short term. Through the position distribution of the stock, we can see that in the past 2 to 3 weeks, the stock's position volume in the $129.10 to $143.60 area has increased significantly. There is no doubt that a lot of funds should have flowed out of the market here. The current price of the stock is at the lower end of this area, but there is still room for maneuver because the position peak in this area is also at the lower end of this area, and the long capital that entered the market in this area before may still block the shorts again. Of course, there are risks in going long on the stock in the area above the current price, because a lot of resistance has been formed in the area above the current price. If the remaining long forces are exhausted, the stock price is likely to lose its upward momentum before rebounding to $143.40. Nvidia's first quarter earnings report showed that its revenue exceeded expectations, but adjusted earnings per share were lower than expected due to the ban on the sale of H20 chips to China. The company also said it expects to lose about $8 billion in sales of H20 chips in the second quarter. China remains a key market for Nvidia, accounting for 13% of its sales in the last fiscal year. According to Reuters, in order to adapt to the new regulations, the company plans to launch a lower-priced AI chip for the Chinese market, which will start production as early as September. Although Huang has long warned that export controls could hurt U.S. chipmakers, some experts believe it will be difficult for policymakers to change course because broader national security interests justify the trade-off. DeWardrick McNeil, managing director of Longview Global, wrote on CNBC, U.S. semiconductor policy is not about a company's profits or market access, but about maintaining America's strategic advantage in a high-stakes geopolitical competition. The challenge ahead is not to maintain the dominance of any one company in China, but to defend the foundational technologies that will determine future power. Sometimes this means exiting markets that were never meant to be open. Although the company will lose some sales due to export controls to China, The market demand for AI chips remains high and the artificial intelligence boom continues. So some Wall Street analysts are still bullish on the stock. Currently, the stock has a composite rating of strong buy. Among them, the buy rating accounts for as high as 87.8%. These analysts gave Nvidia stock an average price target of $172. The highest price target is $210 and the lowest price target is $100. If the average price target is used as the main reference, then this means that the stock still has a potential upside of about 27%. The company has good fundamentals and a large fan base to support its stock price, so it is not easy for short sellers to significantly lower the stock price, which is one of the reasons why I judge that the stock may not directly enter a downward trend. In addition, there has been no negative news outside the market recently that has affected the stock market's sharp decline, so the stock bulls may still push the stock price to rebound again. However, we have also seen a large number of chips being sold in the market in the past 3 days, which seems to indicate that investors are concerned about the company's slowing sales and profit growth in the next quarter. This also means that Nvidia's stock price seems to be unable to rise to the $150 level in the short term. In addition, another unfavorable factor is the technical correction. Because the stock currently has accumulated a large number of profitable positions in the low area, this will undoubtedly suppress the further rise of the stock price. If the profitable capital chooses to sell, the stock price is likely to fall below the $129 level. I am currently bearish on the stock. I think there is still a certain risk in going long on the stock even if the stock price rebounds. As mentioned earlier, the bulls may continue to struggle a bit, but the stock price may not be able to break through the $143.40 level or deviate too much upward from this price. Then the stock may still enter a downtrend and the target price may be in the $129 to $118 area. Okay guys, that's my price prediction for Nvidia stock. Thank you for watching. If you agree with my analysis, please share and subscribe to my channel and see you in the next video.